Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Chopper. So today we're going to be talking about Call of Duty Ghost 2, or whatever Infinity Ward's next game is, which, presumably is Ghost 2. Now, I realize it is a little bit speculative to be talking about Ghost 2 when Black Ops 3 is not even out yet, so we're more than a year away from it. But there's a couple things I'd like to address, and just a couple thoughts that I have on Call of Duty Ghost 2, if that's what the game in fact is. Now, the gameplay that you're seeing is if we're talking about Ghost, then I need to get some Ghost gameplay. So I hopped on some TDM, joined into this game at Octane here, and I almost dropped a 40 bomb. I got 39, then I ran out of ammo at the very end. You'll see that. But I ended up having a really, really good game regardless. But my team did not get, not a single one of my teammates got over 10 kills. So, there's that. It's time to put on the old back brace. But, so enjoy the gameplay while I'm just talking about this. But let's just jump into Ghost 2. Now, really, to preface this, I want to say that Infinity Ward has really two options on the table. They can, one, either make Call of Duty Ghost 2, or they can make, actually, I would say they have three options. Okay, so they can either make Call of Duty Ghost 2, they can remake an old Call of Duty, which I'll talk about in a second, an old Infinity Ward Call of Duty for the next-gen consoles, or they can go, not call it Ghost 2, but just call it something completely different, but still keeping that same storyline. Because at the end of the campaign, it sort of led on, it was sort of a cliffhanger into Call of Duty Ghost 2 is what they were trying to hint at. At least that's what I saw anyway. I don't know what you guys think about it. Let me know what you guys thought of the ending. Were they hinting at it? I don't know. That's what it seemed like to me. So judging by the end of that campaign mission, they actually could go ahead and make Call of Duty Ghost 2. And that's the one that we're going to explore right now. If they make Call of Duty Ghost 2, the brand recognition on Call of Duty Ghost right now is probably trashed. It doesn't take long at all to go on the internet and just find Call of Duty Ghost is getting absolutely shredded on the internet because it has a terrible reputation. And then people see after Black Ops 3, next year, next Call of Duty's coming out. Oh, what is it? Call of Duty Ghost 2. And then all the memories from Call of Duty Ghost, the first one comes back, and immediately they're like, no, I'm not getting it. So I feel like if they call it Ghost 2, that would significantly hurt their sales. So I suppose they could keep the storyline if they really wanted to, but they would have to change the name in my opinion. I really don't expect them to call it Ghost 2 just because of the terrible things, the terrible reputation that the Call of Duty Ghost name has. That's just what I was thinking. But I suppose they could still continue to call it Call of Duty Ghost 2, but in order to please the community, they would have to make very significant changes to the gameplay and the mechanics and even the PR that this game got. Now, I feel like Call of Duty Ghost did not get very well. It did not get good advertising at all. All the trailers and leaks and stuff, things of that nature, did not come out in a proper time, I think. It didn't reach enough people, and it really just didn't look very good to me. I don't know, that's my opinion. Now, if you're a Halo player, Halo 4 had things that the community just absolutely rejected. There was just a ton of stuff that people did not like. Now, Halo 5... the makers know that the shortcomings of Halo 4 are not going to fly in Halo 5, and if they do that, then it's not going to sell well. So they're aware of that, and they're going to make it right. And that's what Call of Duty Ghost 2 would have to do if they were to continue to use the brand Call of Duty Ghost. Now, granted, the brand recognition would still be pretty bad, but if the game was legitimately changed, I think that would actually bring a lot of Call of Duty players back into Call of Duty Ghost 2. So you can pretty much scrap the idea of getting a Call of Duty Ghost 2 if these points are correct and people, are listening to what I'm saying. And now the other option that I was thinking about is they could remake another Call of Duty, an old one. But the thing is, nostalgia doesn't sell better than novelty. You can't make an old game, you can't remaster an old game and it'll sell better than new one. That's never how it works. I mean, yes, nostalgia does sell, but it never sells as well as novelty is what I'm trying to get at. So I honestly would be okay if for their next release of a Call of Duty, they remake either CoD 4 or Modern Warfare 2 for the next gen consoles. I would be absolutely okay with that. Let me know what you guys think. What Call of Duty would you want to come back? Those are my two picks. Those are my favorite CODs, and I would love to see them return for the next gen. So they actually could go about doing that, and there's actually been some talk about it from the CEO of Activision, I believe. He said he didn't flat out deny that that was never a possibility. He said that they talk about it and they think about it a lot, but there's no actions been taken on that just of yet. But in absolute honesty, I think a remake would bring back a lot of old Call of Duty players that have either moved on to other games or just quit, Call of Duty or gaming altogether. I think that'd bring a lot of old veterans back into the Call of Duty scene. I think that would be really cool to see. But as of right now, a remake does seem sort of unlikely. We've never seen any solid evidence that they're, going to work on a remake. We haven't seen any facts of that yet, but just keep on the lookout. I would still be okay with it, like I said, but honestly, I think they're going to go with just a new game, a novelty game. Whether they call it Ghost 2 or not, that's up to them. But they could, or now, here's the other option, the third option, which I think is even a little bit more unlikely. They still call it Ghost, no, they don't call it Ghost 2, but they still make significant changes to the game. Maybe they make it more a Modern Warfare 2 style type of game. Oh, one thing to note is that a few months ago, after Ghost release, this is pretty recent, the old map designer from CoD 4 and Modern Warfare 2 actually came back to Infinity Ward, so that's something to keep in mind. I doubt we're gonna see these crappy Ghost maps again, because the old one's back. And if you've played CoD 4 and Modern Warfare 2 maps, they were on point. I really loved the maps in those games. They were designed well, they had good flow, and it made the game, a ton of fun. So pretty much in summary, if they call it Call of Duty Ghost 2, I highly doubt it's going to sell well. And it's probably going to be a very underwhelming selling Call of Duty if they don't change the brand recognition, because that is going to trash their game even if their game is really good. Some people won't even give it a chance if it's called Call of Duty Ghost 2, I guarantee you that. So basically, it's either they remake the game with significant changes and change the title of the game. Maybe they can keep the same story, the same characters that they had in the first one, because the story didn't exactly end at the end of the Ghost campaign. If you haven't played it, spoiler alert, it's kind of late. But yeah, they didn't really end it well. So I don't think it's over. But they cannot call it Ghost 2 and then just remake the game. Or we could get a remade Call of Duty, an old one for the new gen, which honestly I'd be okay with, like I said. I know it's not a novelty game, it's not a new game, but it's relived my childhood, and I'm totally down for that. So let me know what you guys think of the next Infinity Ward game. We're still pretty far away from it. We haven't had any information. It's too early for that. But let me know what you guys think. Do you want a remake, or do you want a Call of Duty Ghost 2 with significant changes to the gameplay and the mechanics and everything like that? And then here's where I ran out of ammo. So let me know what you guys are thinking down below. If you guys enjoyed, give this a like and subscribe if you're new, and I will see you guys later.